What a adequate day to do a live stream. That's a very neutral statement, don't you think? But yeah, hey everyone, JST Cole here, and nice view of my base we have from up here. And of course, up here would be the main end island, as you would expect. Yeah. Hello. And my base is very tiny and in the background there because, yeah, I installed a mod. It's called Voxy, I believe, that allows for ridiculous render distance like this with virtually no impact to performance. Well, I mean, there definitely is some, but it's really not significant from what I can tell, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so this lets me have basically the entirety of the end islands that I've gotten near me, behind me, and even the base, while standing on top of the end, or the main end island here. Obviously in the center. Now, I wouldn't want to fly over there. Or would I? What's the worst that could happen? I can see where I'm going, so I can kind of judge how far away it is. See, it's getting closer. This is actually genuinely possible. Holy crap. I did not expect that to be this easy. Hey look, it's in the real render distance now. Look at that. Also, what the heck, Mojang? Why is my glass doing this? I think they fixed that in the next update, but I can't exactly remember. Oh, that was actually not too bad. I just flew all the way here from the mainland island. Obviously, it is faster to use the gateway, because it just is. Okay, that's weird. It just is. Yeah, while I was using the spyglass to look at things that are actually really far away from, you know, close up, I noticed the background here is kind of interesting how it works. Because this might be a little bit hard to see, especially on YouTube, because compression and stuff is probably making this annoying. But with these individual pixels, you can kind of tell they're actually on a flat surface and like have a direction. And right now, I can kind of tell where the corner between the, I guess, what would that be? The northern and top like walls are. So if I zoom back in here, this is probably very hard to see on YouTube. But yeah, like right here, I think I'm pointing right at it because I can kind of tell the direction that the pixels are skewed in changes as I go over the corner here, and so I could did I? Whatever, and then we could eventually figure out where the, oh, I think it's right there. And that's the corner of the north, east, and top plates, or top walls of this texture right there. Which is interesting that the skybox has like a proper texture to it. And also is a box, or cube, I guess, in shape. It is obviously centered on the player, because you see, as I move around, trust me, I'm moving around now, the texture doesn't move. So it's not tied to the world, it is tied to the player. But I just thought that was neat from when I was looking things at a distance with the spyglass. But yeah, and we're back once again on a Friday to do stuff. I will probably have a brief interruption. I got a bit of spoiler wall here for the episode I'm working on. Actually, and before we actually get doing anything, I just want to kind of go out around the world and just like see what it's like to be able to see everything, at least that I've gone around and loading up. First, let's open the soda of the stream. Which this case happens to be a Coke. Now, I will say, something a little bit annoying about the way this mod works is obviously it has to store all this ridiculous render distance local on your computer, because the server's not going to send you that. It's a client mod, obviously. And so because of that, the mod has, and to prevent like multiple instances of the game from overwriting each other and causing some really messy behavior, the game also, that feels instant because this is like half loaded. It's pretty cool. Anyhow, because of all this, the way the mod, you know, obviously prevents only one, or actually only and look at that weird stuff there. The mod obviously only allows one instance of the game or the game to be open to a world or server at the time. The problem is the way to enforce this is that the other instance will literally just crash. Well, not actually crash, it just goes unresponsive and freezes, which is very annoying, so I have to remember to disable the mod if I want to get my spectator count on the server at the same time. But yeah, from here, as you can see, a lot. You can see a lot just from the treehouse, which is pretty cool. It's also a pretty nice vantage point. So if we can just go out here, for instance, this almost feels like Bedrock, the render distances so far, which is so cool. Take out the spyglass again. This is really useful. That is the villager breeder right over there. And there's that little thing I used to jump down without using rockets. Looking over this way, there is my mob farm, and way back there is JRD Cool's base. You can see the iron farm and his mob farm back there. Some of the towers his girlfriend built just around the place. Spawn is like right behind this mountain in the mesa biome here, so we can't actually see it, but we see the mountain that's hiding it at the very least. I think that is like, if I'm not mistaken, that is like the tallest mountain I think I can see on the map right now. And if I turn around, we can see Tyler's base, which contains the shops. And I can just see all of this from my treehouse right now. This is really cool. Oh, there's the perimeter over there. You can tell there's one of the corners. There's that mountain. Oh, there's the Slime Farm's AFK platform. Yeah, this is so cool. So cool this stuff is. Let's see. What else can we look at? We can go over to Tyler's base. I'll go through the nether, as that is still faster than actually getting there. No distance has changed, it's just the perspective on said distance that has changed. Obviously. Oop. There is a slight lag spike, not nearly as bad as lag spikes I've had though. But there's a slight lag spike when changing dimension, as it quickly generates all the chunk previews. But to be fair, I had a much... The fuck? I don't know what that was over there. That was weird. But I have had much worse, I have had much worse issues, though. Or much worse lag issues, though, from Lightmatica doing some strange stuff when loading schematics. But yeah, just coming over this way. Now that we're on Tyler's base, which is way farther up in the world, this gives us a completely different perspective on everything, which is so cool. So obviously, like, we're right here. You know, all this stuff. We can actually see the happy gas that's here. But if we come over here, obviously we have clouds. I could turn the clouds off, and I might if I really actually want to see things. But they do kind of put height into perspective a little bit. There's the village breed once again. And hey, there's the tree houses. They are so tiny from here, but I can see them, which actually feels realistic. Once again, there's my mob farm. You can actually kind of see the witch farm from here, actually. Can't really tell that it's in a perimeter necessarily. I mean, you see a bit of the wall of it. It's not really possible to tell there's a perimeter from here, but yeah, it's a completely different perspective. Let's go look over towards spawn here. As you can see, there's a massive area of chunks I have not loaded. What is going on top of there? Is something going on top of that hill? I need to check that out in a moment. But yes, spawn is still very much obscured by this hill. It just kind of is the matter. It just that's what happens when spawn's in a donut. But yeah, but then way in the distance there, still you can see JRD Cool's base. Actually, you can see a little bit better over here. There's some bamboo there. Oh, so cool. Let's go investigate what's going on over at on that top of that mountain, which apparently goes above the clouds, which is pretty cool. Once again. Oh yeah, I just realized I'm probably spoiling Tyler's episode, but given the fact that he's been working on this since May, probably before that, I don't feel bad. Because, by the way, the episode Tyler's currently working on is the episode where the nether tunnels got built. He was kind of mad that I almost immediately published my videos of us doing the nether tunnels. He still hasn't produced his. So, like, I don't think I could have kept that just as a spoiler thing for this long, considering how important the nether tunnels are. There's where I was mining some clay there, or terracotta. I realize it has actually been like a ridiculously long time that it has been terracotta these days. Since 1.12. Or 1.13? 12.13. Some armadillos up here, which makes sense. It is the highest area around. Ah, I guess I just saw this dead bush. Yeah, there's spawn. It is literally in the shadow of... I didn't realize this actual mountain went above the cloud height by like a block. That's pretty cool. Is this, I think, the tallest naturally generated mountain that I can see within render distance. That's interesting. Very interesting. This is a lot of armadillos. Holy heck. I mean, I get it, we're on the top of a hill, and the pathfinding algorithm favors higher objects as there's a higher probability they get landed on. Or taller solid objects, specifically. Saw a video on this, and it was very interesting. But yeah, it's like, whoa. Just want to make sure this cloud does actually... Yeah. Why is the cloud like a quarter of a block up from the... What's the bottom? Yeah, why is the cloud... Why are clouds offset by like a quarter block here? So weird. Anyway. Yeah, this is spawn. And actually, I probably shouldn't be able to see all the way over there. Yeah, based off how that looks... Whoop, cloud. Put down a couple blocks. Yeah, I shouldn't be able to see that side of spawn. Oh my god, the resource packs work. The 3D objects resource pack works with this. I did not expect that. This is a really cool mod. Yeah, now I should be able to see that. Dang. Next season's going to be interesting to start with. I can tell you that. But anyhow, let's go back to the base now. Actually, we could go into the open nether, I guess. That's actually not too easy. I wonder how far I could see in the open nether. I think I gotta go to JRD's base to do that, though, because for some reason, we don't have any way to do that from the spawn portal. I say for some reason. It's because it comes into the nether tunnel here, and it wasn't really necessary. Slash, we never got to that. I think Tyler was supposed to be doing some sort of, at least initially, supposed to do some sort of initial improvements to the nether tunnels. But of course he never did. He still hasn't posted his video on the nether tunnels again. I'm gonna keep saying that. Does that make the green screen better? I can't tell. It's actually more annoying for me. Put that back. Down the ladder we go. So, first of all, we can see all the way to the end of this tunnel. I mean, it's hard to see. We can like see all the way down there. We do actually eventually run out of chunks that have actually loaded. Go out here, where there's a lot of random animals. Oh, right. I forgot the cooling that's happened in the nether. The nether is not necessarily as hot of a place as it used to be. But, I can see... Well, it is hard to see long distances in the nether, to be fair, so... And maybe I need to, like, hop down to the lava here, so I can actually see what's what. Yeah, now I can see everything that I've actually gone to. Alright, let's get rid of this guy quickly. He will cause problems for us if I don't. Alright. So yeah, I mean, I could see way over that way. Way farther than I have any business seeing. I can see all the way over that way as far as I've actually generated. I've never been into that bastion. It is right there and I've never been to it. What a crime. Oh well. Now that we've fucked around in the nether for a while, let's actually go back to the base and get working on what I wanted to do today. Which is work on the filler buildings in my base, because I want to finish filling the whole area out. It really feels like it needs it. Actually, I guess I could go to the roof of the nether and we could see the gold farm all the way from the, here. Whoop, there it is. All of its, very cold-looking glory. But you can't see the chest, that's fun. It doesn't detail the chest at a distance. I guess that is technically a block entity render and not an actual block, so that does kinda make sense. Anyhow, let's go back to the end. Nighttime. Man, I just see... I don't know why, just being able to see... I mean, it logically makes sense, but being able to see this far into the distance just feels so weird and cool to me. Because, like, obviously never been able to do that before. Minecraft's, especially in Java Edition, the render distance has been rather limiting. And obviously this does require a certain amount of local world storage so that my game can remember what's out there to show it to me like this. Obviously the server's not going to send me all this information. That's a bug. Yep. And in fact, like, the only reason I have never set the server render distance higher than like the whatever 12 chunks it is or something like that is because I'm afraid of the amount of bandwidth that would use once more than one person is online. Because you may not know this, but my shitty ISP don't give me much upload and bandwidth. And like, it works if like the only thing happening is the Minecraft server with like 3 people online. But the second a bunch of people are online and they're all moving around at once, that's when it starts to really hit home. And they're also all in it. Yeah, that doesn't work too well because of the lag spike about loading the end. Oh, but yeah, and we're all on a Discord call, and someone's streaming video or something like that. The internet's dead, right? I remember when my internet first got upgraded to be enough for streaming, and I was doing a stream on Season 2, I believe it was. There was a problem, for some reason, with being in a Discord call, where the other participants in the Discord call were completely were very hard to understand, or, you know, it just wasn't getting through, which is so weird and annoying. Obviously I'm not, you know, on the same internet connection right now. I am at school, after all. Okay, this is really bugging me. Okay. But yeah, I'm at school right now, so this internet is significantly better. As long as people aren't mining cryptocurrency or anything like that, they'll just let it rip. Specifically, as long as you're not in the freshman dorm buildings, they just give you the full gigabit speed that your Ethernet cable can support, which is pretty freaking sick. I heard that they limit the like freshman dorms to 100 meg. I mean, I know they do because when I was a freshman, it is literally what it was hard limited to. But I know they happened to be, or I heard that they're like that because at one point there were some freshmen who were doing crypto mining. And yeah, that was a problem. So. Me, I'm just a live streaming to YouTube. Let's see. But I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious that that's what's going on. You know? Like, this is a video stream. Alright, so, where are we going to be building more buildings today? Let's see. Let's start over this way. So we'll need to put probably a relatively sizable building over this way. And I need to grab resources for that, because I don't have resources for that on me. Thankfully, my storage system is right here. I'll want some of this. Ooh, burp. Some of this. And, Return that. We're gonna need some of these. Alright, let's set out the corners of this building. Because it is a rather small building. Now, we do have the light poles on this side here for now. So we can do with probably having the corner there. And likewise over here, there's no light pole in here. We could probably put it alongside the altar building here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 7 blocks there. And then I say, well, I gotta fix this, because originally I was thinking, oh, I might want to extend the base a lot out this way. I never did that, so I don't really have a reason to, so it's not gonna come out this way any farther than it has. Obviously, I finished last episode. I put up these walls on this side and that side to finish it off, and that's part of what we're doing right now. We're doing that last little bit of polish on the base here. Making it look full, basically. Which, to be fair, is something I need to do, is I'm quite bad at doing that. Like, last season was pretty good, but, like, I didn't actually, I didn't, like, finish the base by building a bunch of building stuff. There was a lot of empty space and, like, unfulfilled promises. I feel like every time I've gone and done a city, I've been like, oh, and I'm going to do the suburbs over here, and then I never build, like, a suburbs. I never finished the city. Fair, Season 4, as far as I can remember, is the only time I've actually properly finished my base itself. Partially because in Season 4 my industrial district was separate, and that wasn't finished. I never really did what I wanted to do there, which was make an indoor domed city. I didn't know how I was going to go about it, though. That was the problem. It was also supposed to be more of an industrial city. And then the plan was, well, before I put the airport in at least, the plan was that I was going to build the suburbs in between my base and there. And I started flattening land. That's actually why I was able to build the airport there, because I flattened that whole area like a long time ago compared to when I built the airport in preparation for doing that. It just so happens that the airport was the only thing I ended up actually building there. So, you know. That's just kind of how it goes. Let's put this away. That was Season 4, at least. This season, wouldn't that be a crazy little project? To build an airport in this season, for this base. I don't know with what time I have to do that, but I'd actually probably want to fully design this thing in creative mode first. Kind of like I did for the Season 4 airport. I'd probably build it off this way because, you know, we have a bit of space out this way. That would be interesting. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, actually, I gotta just take the headphones off for a second here. The sound of the grass not being exactly synced with when I'm clicking is really throwing me off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Too wide in the center. So you know what that means? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm just gonna move the ends to make it fit. Because, yeah, we still got a lot of space. That is easier, quite frankly, than than trying to make an even width center, because those don't look good. So this building is really the example of that. I don't really think that this even width is looking particularly good. In fact, this is one of my least favorite buildings from the base. It's big, it's kind of weird. Probably my most favorite is the altar building here, because it actually looks pretty good and semi-realistic. Yeah, the other ones I'm all just kind of trying to fit to a similar-ish style. That looks okay. Like, this is a very detailed building. Maybe I should build a smaller building that looks like this type of thing. I don't know. I do got to figure out what I'm doing for the rest of the buildings in the base. They all, you know, do have their own little look and feel, but this one has a lot of detail, a lot of texture in it. And I think that's what makes this one look pretty interesting. Now, obviously, I have, you know, purple windows on this. And I never put a door on that building. I should do that at some point. Put a proper door on that building. Like, I have at least this for a door on that building. Anyhow. Because I'm kind of just building this... kind of off the cuff here. I'm not going to worry about putting the cobblestone... Here, I did... yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to worry about like cobblestone in the center or anything. That's mostly to help with when I'm mass producing these buildings in a time lapse from either a schematic or from memory or whatever. Actually, usually it's a schematic to make that the process of building those faster, because they're also usually way taller. That's when I'll use or the what's it called? The stone. That's when I'll use the cobblestone inside of the pillars there. Oh, I didn't put the pillars in this corner. Also, I mean, it's probably relatively obvious here, but I just kind of make a lot of this stuff up as I'm going here. Especially for these buildings. I mean, recently I've just been doing them all kind of off the cuff. Just like, I need to do a building here. Let's just kind of freehand this and see how it goes instead of planning it out in creative. I've definitely planned out a lot of these buildings in creative. Because that's, you know... Especially if I'm doing a building around a farm, I'll do it in creative mode. Well, at least historically I have been, but... I don't know why, but I'm still thinking about that stupid airport idea. It'd be very difficult, actually. Because I'd have to make a whole... or figure out making a whole terminal within the this end style here. Which would be difficult for a building that large, right? And then but then it'd take a long time for me to just build out the ground that the whole thing's going to be built on. Runways, all that sort of stuff. It's too much effort. Had I thought about this early in the season, there's probably a good chance that I would have gone and just straight up gone and done it. So that sounds like such a good idea to me. Oh yeah, we get to use the same design on all four sides of this building. That's great. So I'm relatively certain that I want a buffer zone of end stone bricks here right before each of the edges. Then what? We have like 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, wait, they're not the same size. Here we have 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we have 5 blocks to do with what we want. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks to do with what we want. let's go. What I was thinking was, let's see. I've done this before, right? Right, this. It's a smaller version of this, so that could work. How does that look, though? Is that, like, good enough? Obviously, we don't have, like, anything above this. No, it feels like this layer being all solid blocks just feels weird. Okay, well, I have to go be distracted for a hot second now. So, I guess I will put up the be right back sign, and I'll just kind of stare off into the distance this way, or... Let's figure out... I'll be back, okay? Alright, I'm back. I know it was a while, but you can't rush these things. Greatness takes time, as they say. Or time takes greatness. I don't know. What? Do they even say that? Who knows? Who knows? Anyhow, now that we are officially back, that was probably... Oh yeah, that was entirely silent. I probably shouldn't have muted desktop audio. I guess this is kind of something that I do. My mouse is over there. Alright, what are we doing with this? I don't know. Do we do... What the... Where the hell did that guy spawn? See, it's crooks like you that make this place a nightmare for law-abiding people like me. You just kind of hopped up there. Okay. Well, now you're gone. And I don't have to deal with you again. Ever. Alright. Well, that feels weird. I could just do... I really do not know how I want to design this. Do this? Then that seems a little... So... The problem is, part of the problem, I guess, is like the space constraint that I'm giving myself. I want it in this height, this kind of form factor of a height, and yeah, I guess that works. Yeah, that'll work. I don't know what we're doing on the other sides, but yeah, that works. All right, I think we nailed it down. Finally! What was it? It was... That... Crap, I need more stairs. Okay, so it appears like there are spawnable spaces somewhere over here. That's not good. Oh, I didn't... Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm going for. Now, this is obviously... this is wider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So do we just do that, but bigger? And I think the answer's got to be yes. Because I don't know what else to do. We want to try keeping the design of a building consistent, in my opinion. Or at least try to extend the design. Do we just do it like that? That feels a little busy on the center part there. Maybe we should do it like that. Ooh, that's got some diagonals in it. Okay, that works. Or what if I guess the other thing I could actually try here is that. Okay, that also works. And it's probably going to be less messy in the long run, so we will just assemble this again. No, these are upwards. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, this building has some interesting character to it. I'll say. I say it does. I'm a follower of Vodka and Leghorn, you see? Yep, that's right. I must say, when I'm streaming, obviously I do headphones so for audio purposes or whatever. I don't do that while recording because I just don't typically like to have headphones on because they are kind of annoying. You know, they add pressure to my ears, and I don't like earbuds because they sit in my ears, which is weird. But when you wear headphones, you do hear all these random quiet like sounds, ambient Minecraft sounds, like the actual sound of the end flashes. Which is kind of weird that they have sounds, and what are they hinting at? I mean, if the end flashes are actually kind of Mojang alluding to something, that is, well, that's incredibly cool that they are doing a more like longer time story-driven kind of update to the game. I mean, obviously it has something to do with vibrant visuals, right? Because they did it on Bedrock to begin with, which was weird, and then they brought it to Java as they slowly go towards vibrant visuals. Now, I just got an idea. Would it look better? I'm trying to see. Does that look better? I guess I could come back and change this later if I don't like it. So my other thing would be, what if I then also swapped out these for that? So we had truly just like these. Nah. I'm gonna put this back to the way it was because this is what we did everywhere else, and this works. Alright, now for the next layer, which is where the purpur comes in. Well, I guess the corners keep going corner. So pillars keep pillaring. Those are not the right block at all. Yeah, I haven't been quiet again. Dang it. So the pillars, they keep pillaring up, and then obviously the stairs got to go along the outside. This is part of the, actually one of those things with the design of the space that I'm keeping rather consistent, is how the kind of like structural pillars slash like area dividing pillars work. They're always like, well, with few exceptions, I do these purpur pillars on, or I do a set of stairs flanked by purpur pillars. It all goes back to this building when I was doing that. I liked that. So I just continued doing that forever and ever with these builds. And it provides a pretty consistent style. I am, you know, and I think considering the limited palette of blocks and textures that I have, I think I'm making good use of those throughout these builds. Without, I guess, going outside my comfort zone too much in terms of design things. See, you know, I'm not really an artist. I don't really art things or design things. You know, I don't art or design things, so this is doing a base that actually looks pretty interesting and good is kind of a big deal for me. I'd have no idea what I would do for next season. Because obviously it's going to be different, right? We're going to finally bust out of the shell doing new... I mean, obviously this is a This style is a huge departure from literally everything I've ever done in Minecraft. I never made stuff look like this before. I need the end rods. If I have any, that is. 16, alright. Oh, that's a great wind I caught there. Ah, the jump boost, that's what did it. So, as I like to do around these corners, they're just flat, basically. Going right around from stair to stair. Mostly because it would kind of be weird and awkward around the corners if I did something else. I like to place the end rods here, obviously. But yeah. So I like to place the end rods here. And that wouldn't really work if these were down a block. And then doing some other pattern in these 3 blocks just doesn't work well. So that's why I do it like that. Now this is an odd width, which is kind of annoying that I kept doing odd widths recently. I want to try to do an even width again. Maybe for our next building we'll do an even width. Okay, what do we do next? So we start with an up slab. Then down, down. Up. Alright, that works. Go replicate that over here. So up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Now for these longer sides, we have a little bit more space. So we can start with 2 ups, 2 downs, then 3 ups. It is an odd width, so we do have to do a triple. I've tried single in the past in my designs, and it just looks awful. So, interestingly, I've also done that, apparently. Just looking at that building. Yeah, so this is all my designs. Yeah, I guess these things are pretty simple. But, you know, a consistent building style is nice throughout the base. It provides, I guess, a sense of uniformity, in a way. Those end flashes keep happening. I wish there was a way that you could the way you can obviously disable the lighting effect in accessibility settings, and I need to always remember to do that for a replay mod, because it is really annoying. But if you want to get rid of the actual sky flashing itself, you have to use a resource pack to get rid of its texture. Not too intuitive. Now, ordinarily, I'm actually not too bothered by the sudden pinkening of the world. It's just in time lapses. It kind of records that the flashes exist. So when they happen, it's like bam, 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 bam. Horrible. For both bitrate and for seizures. So let's do something more like this, the top. So, ooh. Now I need to be out this layer. Wait, no, I can't do these. These redstone torches, these end rods are in the wrong location. They're gonna go up a block. If I was to do more floors, those would be fine, but I'm not. So I will, I guess, just place a temp block here. And then we go around the entire edge like this. Keep in mind, this is where the roof is going to go, so that's going to be more solid end stone. But yeah, this provides a little bit more texture up towards the top while also... Excuse me, can you not? Yeah, get screwed. I guess that maybe I should have actually left some end rods or something in around here. But yeah. All the purple. Yeah, I can understand why people don't like... again, the challenge with building in this style has always been that there is basically nothing else besides endstone and purpur that can actually be a similar like texture and color to allow you to build anything. So you can't really do gradients with this stuff because there's nothing to gradient to that's near these colors. Arguably you got some magenta or purple stuff for purpur, but it's just such a unique shade that doesn't work. And then also endstone, also a unique-ish shade. There are obviously other things that are closer to endstone, but like within this context, there's nothing else that you could do that will improve a gradient. So you just kind of gotta not do that and deal with more flat textures or texture. At least we have the stairs and slabs and even walls in terms of endstone for all this stuff. That is a big help, actually. I don't use, although that being said, I don't really use walls in these builds all that much. I think there was a building, though, that it did include walls in. Which one was it? Because I don't remember. I should just go look around. But I feel like there was a building that I used walls for something. Or used endstone walls as part of the design. Obviously we have, you know, the actual wall that goes around the edge of the base. That uses endstone walls. Whoa. These Endermen are really annoying. And there we go. There's the stairs done. I'll now put as many of those back to blocks as possible. I need slabs to cover these walls, or to cover these stairs in a little bit of a raised layer. To be fair, this is what I would do anyway around the edges. This just makes the edges one block bigger. Ooh. Where the hell do you guys think you're going, huh? I tell you, something's going on with all these flashes. And for now, I'm assigning my own story to it because why not? I mean, one of the things that I think Mojang is very keen for people to do is to create for Minecraft is to create their own stories, their own lore for the game, or their worlds within the game. Which I think is a pretty cool thing. If you just say, well, it's open for your interpretations. Create your own backstory for why the Endermen live in the end, or why the end flashes are a thing, right? In this case, they're a thing because whatever we're worshipping in that building is kind of got pissed off and is now doing that. And obviously it has not recovered. Alright. These Endermen are kind of annoying, honestly. I get it, they have nowhere else to spawn around here because I'm actually good at preventing things from spawning. These Endermen are actually... The annoyance of Endermen and the risk that looking at them imposes is the whole reason why I've actually made sure that everything in this base is, you know, lit up and spawn-proofed. Thankfully, I didn't have to go as far as putting carpets on top of everything. Because Endermen, thankfully, are actually light-sensitive in the end, like they are in the overworld. No difference, actually, in their spawning... Well, and their spawn conditions. Obviously, their spawn rate in the overworld is massively reduced, but... Dick. What a dick. Well, I'll just seal them all inside this building. And then we'll call it a day. Alright, let's see. These Endermen are very annoying. Oh yeah, so I guess why not talk about this? Valve unveiled new hardware products this week. Interesting stuff. Obviously, they released what is supposed to be the best VR headset on the market right now. Yeah, right in the center here. What is the actual center block here? Hang on. It is this one. There we go. But yeah, Valve released, or announced, they didn't release it yet, but you know, they got their new VR headset. Obviously, doesn't use outside-in tracking, which is unfortunate, but it does. Oh wow, this looks weird on a building of this size. Yeah, not gonna lie. Put, yeah, it's looking a little dim in the center there, so we do that. Oh, this side needs, right? I need some lighting up here. Yeah, I really do. So we'll do corners. That should actually help. Yeah, so we'll just put the lights around the corners here. This side they're not necessary, but why is there a torch there? We'll do it just so that everything retains its uniformness. And that's that. Angie, before we go forward, I think I want to go around the base, or before we build the next building. Because this building's okay, you know, it fills the space. Perfect. Here, let's spectate. It does a pretty good job of filling space, you know? That's what the building needs to do. Obviously, there's a lot of space behind it and whatnot because of that path. I don't necessarily know how well it fits into this area, but it's an interesting build nonetheless. But yeah, before we go forth, I want to put in the rest of the lamp posts that I haven't done yet, because I realize they're kind of, you know, a thing of this base. And I want to make sure they're there before I accidentally build buildings that prevent me from putting them in. So yeah. That means stone bricks. Stone bricks, purple stairs, and yet more end stone. Here. We'll just craft all the purple stairs we can. Stone bricks. Let's see if we have any stone brick walls. I doubt we do, though. We have 3. That's something, I guess. Yeah, why do we have so many cobblestone walls? What required so many cobblestone walls? Yeah, what required those cobblestone walls? We need more of them. Need more of these. Oh, and obviously we're gonna need more of the... Gonna need more of the actual end rods themselves. So, let's grab that. And that. Bibbidi boop. Now that's more end rods than I'll need for a little while. Alright. Now, the core area here is pretty good on lampposts. It's mostly the road that I built, the kind of edge road that I built a while ago. So yeah, over this way, for instance. This path has the lampposts, this one does not. Let's see, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 block gap. There we go, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, right on the corner. To add a lamp post. Some places these do a lot more than others. I'll say that. Then where do we do the next one? I guess I could just go over 9 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should I just put in all the poles first? Or, yeah. Put in all the poles first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll work. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just thought. Okay, it's not gonna happen. What if these trash cans lined up just to be on the poles? What do I do then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This side. Because there's nothing there. Also, I don't know if I'm going to put any down this diagonal street. I should, actually. I should, just because I guess we have some space on this side by the fields of things. But I should probably put them down the diagonal road here. Because they, yeah, because just to make this fit in. It's not necessary. Like, there is enough light from these buildings. But, you know. Uh-oh, whoops. Interesting, we have enough end rods for exactly one more pole. Okay, then we can, once these are in, we can redo these torches so that they are farther away from the road, I guess. I don't have to deal with them as much. Because, I mean, the goal of all this is eventually no torches visible in the base. That is, like, my end goal with a lot of things here. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to smell them. I don't want to see them. No torches visible in my base. Obviously, inside the buildings or whatever, behind the scenes, there are torches. Alright. So, here, we'll turn on the light level. Actually, yeah, like, right around here, torches are completely unnecessary. We got the wall and now the street lights that are doing a perfect job keeping this area 100% well lit. Actually might also work over here. Because, yeah. I mean, it gets pretty sketchy. But yeah, I can completely get rid of these. I forget this wall does emit light. So that does a pretty good job at helping this area stay lit up, actually. Yeah, I think there's a surprising amount of progress we can make on getting rid of torches over this way. Alright, alright. Oop, I forgot one. Boop. What about, I'm sure, okay, first of all, let's get rid of all the torches that are, like, kind of close to this wall. Okay, this one I'm pretty certain, really? Dang, okay. This side of the base can just get rid of torches altogether. The light levels might get low, but they don't go to 0, so we don't have to worry about... Doesn't this look so much better now? I mean, aside from the, you know, aside from the numbers, it looks so much better now. There's no torches. It's still perfectly spawn-proof, though. Ugh. Alright, we need to continue this over that way. Okay, there definitely will still be torches necessary. After I attempt to put light posts down this alleyway. Alleyway? The diagonal? Whatever. 1, 2... Okay, we'll go from this... We'll start from this lamppost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think it should switch sides at this point. Because this building is too close. And now I need more. Again, not that the lights are necessary here. It's more of a looks thing. Yeah, I usually don't like to switch the side of the road that the lampposts are on, but I guess I'm like, well, because I didn't plan for it, and the alleyway does start curving here, and it's after an intersection anyway. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not an issue at all. It's fine. All right. There we go. All lined up. So, we can now go and make this entire place much better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right here, I mean jump boost. Obviously I'm not going to have jump boost here, but that did make it easier to build that one pole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beep. Yeah, I just apparently left a bit more space between this building and the sidewalk here. So I guess I would have to... Yeah, so I do kind of have to put them on the side. But that lines up with that pole, which I never put a light on. Wow, okay. Imagine that. That is the wrong direction, I tell you. The wrong direction. Right, back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this is the final one for the alley. Or the alley. I guess I'm gonna call this diagonal. I guess I'm calling the diagonal section the alley now. Because I don't know, it's diagonal. It's just a regular path. I mean, it does feel tight because it's at an angle and the buildings are quite close to the path, I guess, but the rest of the place also feels that way? I don't know. Do we have an established direction for the poles on this path yet? No. They could go either way. That's fun. Well, let's just do... Okay, well this building is a little close to the path here, so let's do them on the outside. That'll work. Okay. Let's see about over here. Where... Yeah, we'll just... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... One more, yay! Thankfully, we don't have anything on this path, so we'll do it one away from this trash can. It would be very annoying to have to change the trash can position, because I'd have to go underground to do that. Actually, that one actually could be moved easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beep. Beep, beep. And top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there we go. Right over to the spoiler wall here. I might be able to remove that torch. Yeah, probably actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, we were talking about the Valve hardware products, and then I got distracted by something. So yeah, they announced, obviously the VR headset, that's probably the biggest one they announced. I don't have a good way to go around this corner. But they also obviously announced a new Steam machine in general. That's pretty cool. A Linux computer, or a desktop computer that comes pre-installed with a Linux distro that's not a pain in the ass to use and hopefully will always graphically work. This looks like a good enough spot to start this one from. So that's pretty cool. The Steam controller also seems pretty cool. Apart from the stick layout, it's, you know, the PlayStation stick layout versus, that is, of course, compared to the more Xbox Nintendo layout of, it's a really awkward angle I'm having. This doesn't feel like the right angle to hold this at. Whatever, obviously, because if you don't know, this is an Xbox controller with a green thing on it, so you actually can't see it too well. Well, you can kind of see the sticks here. The left stick here is up, like, kind of in line with the ABXY buttons, and the D-pad is in line with the right stick on, like, the bottom here. That's how Xbox and Nintendo do it. Sony, and apparently Valve as well, do the joysticks on the bottom layer, which I just think is bad, and I don't like that. It's for a controller. For, like, I guess for the Steam Deck, I don't think it matters too much. But for, like, for standalone controller, it's definitely like a ew thing for me. I don't really play much with controllers, though. But when I do, I prefer that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my thoughts on that. Cool stuff, though. Cool stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This looks like the final one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect! Well, basically perfect, at least. Alright, now we get rid of all the torches, starting with everything next to the spoiler wall, because I'm fairly confident that'll be fine. Then we start to get rid of the torches on the infield here, so I'll get rid of that one. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Okay, that's important there. Here. This one seems quite pointless. Get rid of a few of these. And then that's apparently what we're gonna be stopping for today, because the WAN show appears to be live already. I did not expect that to be necessarily so quickly. But yeah, so I guess while I'm punching out a few of these torches and hoping Enderman don't spawn behind me, I guess I'll start setting off here. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed me just doing a little around the base progress here. If you did, then please leave a like on the stream on your way out. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll be notified of future live streams, just like this one, or maybe not just like this one, but, you know, future live streams in general. Check out my game, which is linked in the description, and I see you all in the next thing, live stream, video, whatever.